The Kardashian star Mason Disick is changing so much, and when he moved out of Kourtney Kardashian's home to live with Scott Disick, Kourtney may have started to resent her ex. Before he moved out, Mason's life with Kourtney changed so much. When Travis Barker and Kourtney fell madly in love, Mason must have felt like the universe was shifting on its axis. Nothing was the same. It used to be just the two of them, plus the other kids. Before that, Mason would visit his dad, but Kourtney wasn't living with a new love interest. Before Travis, there was a routine, and a feeling of emotional security, that Mason probably loved. Maybe he wanted things to stay like that forever. The introduction of a step-parent can be traumatic. To a child, a stepmother or father may seem like a stranger, an interloper. No matter how nice the person is, they aren't a biological parent. Now that Mason's in his teens, he's 14, I believe that he blames Kourtney for ruining their idyllic home life. This may make Kourtney turn on Scott, who now lives with his son. Is Kourtney too consumed with her new relationship with Travis? Her bond with Travis may have alienated Mason. Kourtney, in the first flush of romance with Travis, may not have realized that she was building a house of cards that was inherently fragile and destined to fall. While she was indulging in steamy PDA with Travis, at Disneyland and everywhere else, she might not have known that the most damaging backlash would come from inside of her own home, from her firstborn child. How many of Kourtney and Travis make-out sessions could Mason stand? Kourtney goes overboard in relationships, she really enters into the fantasy, losing all sense of reality. She did the same thing with Scott. She's living out a great love and wants the world to see it all. In fact, she's so elated, Kourtney can't help oversharing. The stunningly beautiful Kourtney used to be dour and grumpy, wounded by experience. When Travis came into her life, she began to bloom. That bitter look melted away. Kourtney smiled again, her eyes shone, her cheeks were flushed, safe and secure. Kourtney became the person she was always supposed to be. It was like an evil witch's spell was finally broken. Out stepped Princess Kourtney, radiant and fulfilled. However, her kids aren't having this ultra-romantic experience, only Kourtney is. The children, including Mason, see it all through a very different lens. Scott let Kourtney down badly, so when she found something better, she wasn't going to keep her joy to herself. She was going to show the world that finding an ideal love was actually possible, that she could be happy without Lord Disick. All of this is so understandable, and Kourtney deserves this love. She's a faithful partner who is worthy of it. The issue is that she shoved the blazing wildfire that is Kourtney's passion right in her kids' faces, clearly blind to their inner worlds. What gave her ecstasy was probably a thorn in Mason's side. Now, Mason's gone and Kourtney may blame Scott. He sort of broke up the family in the first place due to his antics. Now, Scott's marring Kourtney's perfect happiness with Travis. She has good reason to resent him. Mason may not want a stepfather. Is he running away from Travis and blaming Kourtney? Travis is a stepfather, after years of being an amazing father. When he was married to Shana Mokler, she often slept in after partying the night before. Travis would get the kids up and hang out with them. He'd make sure they were dressed and ready for the day. He was actually wonderful. So, he's probably a good stepfather too. However, kids can find it hard to really embrace these relationships. They don't always accept stepparents, no matter how great they are. The Kardashian star Kourtney loves her son, and she always will, but she may not love Scott anymore. While Mason could have issues now, he's going to mature, and he may outgrow the resentment that he feels. He may even move back in with Kourtney someday. Families have problems and sort them out. Hopefully, Mason's happy, he has two parents who love him dearly.